pretend that we just logged on, okay? Like pretend that this is the beginning. So welcome. Thanks so much for joining us for our Co-Starter Celebration Night. We're really excited to have you. Truly, your time is the absolute most, and we appreciate your interest in our activities and in learning about the starters that we serve tonight. So thank you for being here with us. I'm Sarah Ayers, and I direct the Business Incubation Program at Innovate Springfield, and I'm joined with my co-facilitator for our Co-Starters cohort, Trish Schlobaum. She's the Program Coordinator and Office Manager for Innovate Springfield. Say hi, Trish. Hi, thank you, Trish. So what is Co-Starters? Co-Starters is a 10-week cohort program that runs an individual through the customer discovery process and through the business model canvas. So we've met virtually every Wednesday for the last 9 weeks, and we've had field work, and we've met business owners and community stakeholders. We've interviewed customers talking about Star Wars. We got stars on the board for every customer that we talked to, shadowed a business owner. And so all of that activity has culminated in our celebration night this evening and the presentations from the starters that you're about to see. So really excited. Check us out. Innovate Springfield has hosted 6 Co-Starters cohorts. We've graduated 44 starters from the program, and that's resulted in 2 downtown brick and mortars, soon to be 3, thanks to one of the starters you're going to meet tonight. So we're really happy about that too, because that's what this is all about. When we started running this program, we really wanted to support small businesses and make the process of starting a business easy and accessible so that anyone who has an idea and who's ready to commit can do it. So we're just really excited. A few success stories of some folks who graduated from Co-Starters at Innovate Springfield. Let me introduce you to Mamie Boucher. She's the founder of Mr. Gixby's Soap for Humans. And within 6 months of graduating from Co-Starters, she's wholesaling all over town. She's fine-tuned her production process and is scaling her success. She purchased an oil drum and a slab mold so she can make more soap at one time and get more soap into her customers' hands. So we're really excited for Mamie. And then Gordon Davis, founder of Whimsy Tea Company. Gordon, I also have to let you know, Gordon is a UIS alumni, and so he participated in Co-Starters as a student at UIS, graduated from our fall cohort in 2019, and a year later, he has a brick and mortar downtown on Adams Street. He's collaborating all over the place and has just, oh my gosh, he's been nominated for Best of Springfield in like 6 or 7 categories. Really exciting space. Would love for everyone to visit Gordon at Whimsy Tea. And then also I want to introduce you to Patrick. He participated in our first Co-Starters cohort in the spring of 2019. And he came to the cohort with a photography business and concept. And after graduating from Co-Starters, felt like he had the confidence to pursue his real passion project, which is Reverie Apparel. And he opened a t-shirt company, t-shirt shop downtown on Adams Street in November of 2019. So literally months after graduating from Co-Starters, he was ready to establish a brick and mortar downtown. And he still operates Curtain and Leaf too. So we're really excited for Patrick and for all the starters graduating tonight. Like, this is what it's about, everybody. So excited. So let's start the show. First on our roster is Cassandra Hurd. She is the founder of Funky Sensations. She is from Chicago originally, but says that Springfield has really helped her in the kindest way and that everyone has been so generous. And we're so excited for Cassandra. So I'm going to just pass the mic to Cassandra now.
Okay. Hello. Let me get my video going. Life have you stressed? Do you need some alone time, but going out is not an option? Well, I have a solution for you. My name is Cassandra, and I am the owner of Funky Sensations. I elevate your at-home spa experience with bath bombs, butters, and coming soon, candles. In 2012, I became a natural. What I mean when I say this is I used to put chemicals in my hair to make it straight. I did what they call a big chop. This is where someone cuts off all the perm hair and lets my hair grow in its natural, curly, and kinky state. Since going natural, I somehow became a product junkie. I would try all the latest products out there, quickly realizing that I wasn't getting what I was looking for. So I started watching natural hair bloggers with hair similar to my own. A couple of things that they swore by was castor oil and shea butter. I started trying my own versions and my hair began to flourish. After realizing what that did to my hair, I wanted to do the same for my skin. A lot of products out there have ingredients that I can't even pronounce. So I started experimenting. Loving what it did, I tried to give tips to other women, but I wasn't getting much feedback to try and sell it. In 2015, I had a major surgery and I lost my full-time job. I was in a place of healing and needed something to do to try to take my mind off what my body was going through. So I tried again. I started making shower steamers. These are just little pods that you put in the back of your shower floor. Once the water hits it, it releases the essential oils. So if you need a wake me up, you would use peppermint and a lavender to relax. This time I got feedback, but not enough to promote and sell. But when I joined Innovate Springfield, they gave me the push I so needed. Everyone was welcoming with ideas for me to try. So I started getting my spark back, and this time I did bath bombs and butters, and they were a hit. So I'm going to step out on faith and start doing what I'm good at, mixing. And I present to you, to hit the market, my first product, Tropical Funk Body Butter. It is in a 4-ounce container, currently priced at $12, but subject to change. My products are all natural with ingredients that you probably can use around the house. So please look for me on Facebook under Funky Sensations. Also, I will be at local vendors and pop-ups, and in the near future, I will be seeking to get into farmers markets. So buy my products, run that bath, and prepare yourself for a funky good time. Thanks for your support.
That's awesome, Cassandra.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, good.
You don't know how long I worked on that.
It shows. Use that. And I want it all. What's up with these shower misters?
Yeah,
that.
Right? Where were those the whole time?
I've never even heard of those. So that's like the coolest thing ever.
I was so nervous. Like my stomach is finally like untwisted.
You did it.
Thank you guys.
Yes. Any questions or feedback for Cassandra from the group? Great job, Cassandra.
Thank you.
I'm just so excited for you.
Me
I'm
too.
so excited for you.
Thank you guys. I'm gonna cry.
I really want the shower steamer too. Like I was.
Can I have a few?
Synchronous bath.
Yeah, I'll make
I will
some.
buy some.
Yes.
Yes.
This is so good. Congratulations.
Thank
Wonderful
you.
job.
Thank you.
Excellent job. Okay.
Way to set like a high bar as the first one too.
Whatever.
It was great. Oh my
Thank
God.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome. It's true. This is what Co-STARTERS does. This is what it
And
does.
can I just say that I love Canva? Like, it is bomb.
It is. I love Canva too. Me and Canva are like this. Okay, I'm going to keep us moving here. And next on our roster is Caleb Leach, and he is a dadpreneur and a fashion geek and a self-proclaimed sneakerhead, also known as like the coolest guy in Springfield. So I'm going to pass the mic to Caleb and let him introduce you to his concept, Little Liars. You're muted.
There we go. All right, so here we go. Everyone see me now? So this is Liars Group. This is a 3-step process that I feel Springfield needs, and we're currently in the middle of bringing to our community. So in summary, focus on heritage brands and trends. We plan to bring the coolest things to Central Illinois. And we will start that off by starting a brand and growing said brand into bigger and better things as we move forward. So we have currently our plan is threefold. It starts off with Little Liars. Little Liars is a kids clothing brand that we do kids clothing and accessories. It all kind of started when I started having kids because they are just little liars. They tell us stories all the time. So that's kind of where it got its name. So we've been doing pop-ups and getting ourselves into stores as of recently. And then that has kind of gone to the next step in our plan as becoming a wholesaler for screen printed tees and accessories with Big Liar Prints. Since we have Little Liars, I guess I am Big Liar. So we will be currently we're working with a couple small boutiques to do some of their wholesale stuff, so they don't have to buy from third-party large internet stores. And then we are also in talks with Boys and Girls Club of Central Illinois and the YMCA to help them get their prints for like their tees and stuff like that they sell at their front counters more locally made and produced. The third step, which is I feel like the passion project of everything, is Liars Table. Liars Table is a full-scale men's store focused on a very well curated environment from anything from hair care products to clothing and accessories that will be at the Liars Table. That is the end goal for us and the ending focus. When we're looking at, I can go back, hang on one second. The little thing about the Liars Table though, how it got its name is that they're in small towns across the US and entire world. There are tables where old men meet, if it's breakfast or if it's coffee or if it's an afternoon thing, and they go and tell their stories. And that's how we envision people to come into our store, to come in and tell their stories through their style and with our goods as they leave. As for competitors for these things that we have going on, Little Liars, it has few competitors. While the children's market is rapidly growing and there seems to be new things happening every day, our focus with a nod to streetwear and hand-printed custom tees gives it a little bit of an edge and definitely niche in the market. Big Liar Prints, on the other hand, there's a lot of large production units in and around this area, but with ours looking at hand printed and high quality prints, it kind of gives us an edge to a larger production facility that wouldn't take on smaller orders. And then Liars Table in general, there just isn't anything like it in Central Illinois. We would bring in brands that wouldn't be readily available or hard to get in and around this area, and it will be pretty much a standout disruptor for that type of business. Just go over some of our features here. While we are kind of three separate things, they all build off of each other and they can all help each other at any given time. And we will, because of that, we plan to stay small and stay agile. As our city grows and as it's becoming more and more of a destination as the capital city, we are a piece of that puzzle that it really needs. And hopefully it will fit right in with everything else. Menswear and children's lines has exponential growth. So it's something that is very exciting. And here's a little contact us if you're interested in any more. Thank you.
Did you like that one? This one? Yeah. 3 cheers.
Yeah.
That was a great job. Awesome job. Anyone have any questions? Any feedback for Caleb?
What are your prices? What's your average price for a children's t-shirt?
Kids tees, we do baby tees and toddler tees at 16.
Okay.
Big kid tees are at 18. That's just a short sleeve tee.
Okay.
Wholesale prices to get bigger than that is around the same for long sleeve stuff. It only really changes when you're getting into fleece and stuff like that. So when getting that stuff, we kind of take that into account. I probably wouldn't move with those prices too much whenever we're talking about just a kid's long sleeve tee. But if we're talking about like a true hoodie or something like that, that'll be more, so it would have to go up to an extent. And then early next year with that brand, we are going to have like a Parent and Me shirt that will be coming out in 2022.
Oh, nice.
How much are the totes?
Totes, they're 13 because I like that number and I don't care what anyone says about it. I have it tattooed because I think it's funny that people think it's unlucky. So I put it on myself.
Rebel.
Oh, well, I don't know about that, but
A little bit.
Yeah, it used to be a way to talk to girls. So.
Oh, okay. That worked out. We know that worked out for you.
Yeah, it worked out so far, you know.
Yeah.
She's still talking to me.
Any other comments, questions, feedback for Caleb? Great job, Caleb. Can't wait for the men's store. Also really appreciate the telling of the liar's table concept. We talked about that, but that there will be like hair care and maybe even like lotions and other men's products. That sounds really fancy.
Yeah, and we want it to be fancy. Because there's not much fancy stuff happening, you know.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
Thanks.
Okay, congratulations. Great job. Keeping us moving. Next on the roster is Danielle Hartman. She is the founder of Full Potential Career Coaching. She's a Scorpio who loves Boone's Saloon. I really like Boone's too. And she sees the potential for Springfield to grow into a really vibrant and exciting community, and so much agree. So I'm just going to pass the mic to Danielle and we can all learn about Full Potential Career Coaching.
Thank you. And thank you to my little fan base here. I see my mother-in-law is here, my husband and my sister. So hello, family. Let me introduce you to Full Potential Career Coaching. So for women throughout our whole lives, we have been told that we can be anything we want to be. We see it in action figures. You know, you can be this strong woman who goes out and saves the world. You know, girl power is something we hear growing up. Rosie the Riveter is someone we should be looking up to. You know, we can do it, roll up our sleeves and things can happen for us. But in reality, what if what you're doing isn't what you love? Or what if you're burnt out? Or maybe you're thinking, I love what I'm doing, but how can I get to that next step? That's really where career coaching comes into play for women. And especially women in the workforce, career coaching is needed. So a most recent McKinsey report from 2020 in partnership with Lean In shows where women rank within the workplace. So if you see from 2015 through 2020 on this chart, you can see column A shows women in entry-level jobs, all the way to column F, which is women in the C-suite role. And really, we've remained rather stagnant. There's been some growth, but not a large amount of growth for women in the workforce. When you add to that a global pandemic, things really start to change. So even in 2020, workers considering downshifting their career but not leaving the workforce, overwhelmingly, it was women with children or parents overall, and even women without children who were considering downsizing their career. And then once COVID hit, women were considering leaving the workforce in higher numbers. And what we know to be true as well is that women, and especially women of color, have been disproportionately affected by COVID and leaving the workforce in massive amounts. We've been very much impacted by this. To take it even higher, if you look at Fortune 500 companies, a study that came out in 2020, so this year, spring of 2020, 8.1% of the CEOs in Fortune 500 companies are women, which means that a majority of our Fortune 500 companies are led by men. So how can we continue to help women advance and grow in their careers and take charge in the workplace? Well, even starting here in Springfield, we can start by coaching, and that's really where full potential career coaching comes into play. I am here to help women who are in their career, maybe 7 to 10 years in their career, and they're wanting more. They're wanting to change, they're wanting to grow, but they're not quite certain how to get there. With full potential career coaching, we can talk about your dreams, set an action plan, and get you going. Our services include building an action plan, which we would take our first couple of meetings to do, then schedule regular coaching to talk about how you're achieving your goals on your action plan, and then build in accountability as well. So if you do have a big meeting or presentation coming up, I'll be texting you, I'll be emailing you to see how are things going? Are you feeling comfortable? Are you feeling confident? Throughout my entire life, I feel like I've always been a cheerleader for people. Even when I was a young child, I remember playing on softball teams and being the person who would be on the sidelines or even out in the softball field, singing all of like the cheer songs to the point where the coaches would tell me to stop. I want to be that grown-up cheerleader and fan for you. With Full Potential Career Coaching, you have a cheerleader, a support group, and a fan personally here for you to help your dreams come true. I would love the opportunity to work with you, to help you grow and thrive, to watch you rise to your potential. So please feel free to check out my website, fullpotentialcareercoaching.com, or check me out on Instagram and LinkedIn at Full Potential Career Coaching. Thank you.
Beautiful, Danielle.
Thank you.
I want you to coach me. I love your logo with the like exploding potential.
Thank you.
That's just too good.
Thank you.
It was beautiful too. The picture was beautiful too.
Oh, look, more of my friends joined too. This is so nice.
Yes, congratulations, Danielle. That was really great. Does anyone have any questions or comments for Danielle? Any feedback?
All right. Thanks for the claps, Erica.
Yeah, just applause all around.
Yes. Well, and so I have the how much does it cost question.
Oh, how much does it cost? So that is something I would say I'm still working through, because even after our last 2 sessions, like I really thought about, initially I said like, oh, I can take on 15 clients a month or 30 clients a month. And I think even the reaction from you, Sarah, was like, is that really realistic? So I would say pricing is something I'm still working through to figure out, because realistically, I want to offer something with good value, but I don't want to create burnout, which is something I'm trying to prevent my clients from getting as well. So trying to balance that.
Awesome. Well, we're all very, very intrigued.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, family and friends, for being here.
Any other questions or comments for Danielle before we move on? Okie dokie, gonna keep us going here. And there we go, full screen mode. Next on our roster to present tonight is Tom Raymond. He is the founder of the Cat's Pajamas, and Tom lives by the motto to become your own hero. And I thought that was really inspiring and also just really on point for Tom and the way that he lives his life as I've gotten to know him this year in his interactions with Innovate Springfield. So I'm just going to pass the mic to Tom.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to be a little distracted. I have a little bit of a guest here. This is his 9th week with us. This is my son, Key. If you all remember, 9 weeks ago, he was born for our first session. So now we get to cap it all off. So let me get the presentation going. Yeah, so I am the owner of the Cat's Pajamas. And my model for the Cat Cafe was we're trying to start as a cat cafe here in downtown Springfield. We're trying to catch a break and rejuvenate with our feline friends. And to start with, I want to kind of present what a cat cafe is. And a cat cafe basically is a cafe-style foster site for cats that people can pay and socialize with and adopt. And we'll also be providing pre-packaged foods that allow guests to bring their own. I'll talk more about this as we go along because it's a very complex subject, but it has been established in other areas such as St. Louis, Chicago, and we're just trying to bring it here into Springfield. So the first question I often like to answer is how would a cat cafe benefit our community? Here's some just basic information statistics, such as about doing my research, I've talked with the Animal Protective League, and they've talked about having about 1,300 intake of cats just for the first 7 months of 2021. So from about December of last year to end of July this year, they've had about 1,300 cats come through the APL by itself. And the Forever Home Ranch in the area has currently 77 roughly foster families in the area for their cats. And the Mile House Cafe for St. Louis is a cat cafe in St. Louis area, which has done about 500 cat adoptions in the last 5 years out of their location alone, not including the other cat cafes in Chicago or in St. Louis. And also how I will want to help with the cat cafes, encourage local production through exclusive sales, such as mostly through food productions. I've gone through the farmers market and other fairs to see what kind of food products we have, worked with local merchants. I know, I'll be done soon. Local merchants and so forth. And so how will the cat cafe make some money? Well, we'll start by basically the main attraction will be the entry fee. And so people want to socialize with the cats, and that'll be about $5 for 25 minutes to provide some cleaning services between. And also we'll provide the venue space for rental so people can use it during off hours and so forth. And again, like I said, we'll provide local snack items that are produced in the area to help with that cost. Merchandise will be selling in the area. We'll try to create better merch than my working logo in the beginning, as you all saw. I'm not exactly the artist in the area, but I'll do my best to find something a little better. And we'll make some practical items, kind of like pint glasses and so forth, and sell cat toys and products on the site. So for people who are going to, as we see here, cat adoption fee, or who are going to adopt the cats on the site want to purchase. I don't expect the cat adoption fee to be more than what the shelters itself give out, just because that's not going to be a big money maker. There's just an additional fee we're thinking of, just keeping everything thought of course. So who all would be attracted to a cat cafe? I have about 3 customers in mind. This is kind of how I reviewed it. Families looking to adopt, tourists in the area, and also locals who want to break. So families, generally those who want to, adopt a cat. So we try to make sure the cat cafe is designed as a house, and that so the cats can better acclimate to a home. Once they go from the shelter to our cafe to a home, they're more acclimated than when I remember having my cat adopted about, oh boy, it's been a while, 7 or 8 years ago. We got her out of a shelter up north, and it took her about 2 or 3 weeks just to acclimate to our house. So it doesn't help. She's a black cat, and it took a lot longer because she liked to hide in the shadows more often. So we had to wait for her to come out at night more often instead of during the day. It took us a while to realize that. And also, an atmosphere of the cafe will be more calming than the shelter, so the cats will be more behaviorally probably better than they would be at a shelter, and especially if you're trying to adopt a cat, they'll be more calm, hopefully. The next group of people we want to attract is the tourists in the area, and one of our ideas to be open throughout the week. Not sure if we'll be doing breaks throughout the day, but at least trying to be open at least Monday through Sunday, because tourists are throughout the downtown Springfield area throughout the week, and they're always needing at least a break or at least some foods, because there's not always a restaurant open downtown. So a cat cafe can provide entertainment and a break for all ages, or for most ages, I should say, because the only other children's education downtown is the Kidseum and the local presidential library. So that there's not a lot for children and families to go to. Also provide food products, like I said, since it's scarce downtown. So they can just stop in, grab something and go if they need to, if they're familiar with the place. Finally, I want to attract locals, because doing my research, I found that there's currently about 1,000 people currently living downtown. Not all of them are capable of housing cats, so these are going to be more reoccurring visitors. People who, because there's a lot of people who live downtown who keep telling me they'll be coming in every day, and I really hope they do, because they'll need to get the business going. And these are also people who desire alternative forms of entertainment, because people always complain about only having bars to go to and so forth. So we want to make sure we have a new place for people to hang out in. Let's see. So work I've done so far, trying to open up the business. I've structured the business, opened up accounts. I've done outreach to all these different shelters. I've done research into licensing and roadblocks that we'll need to work into, contacted local governments and so forth, consultants I need to know to make sure I was going the right path, and also toward many, many possible locations in the downtown area. Boy, have I seen a lot of downtown places. So moving forward, I'm still working on finding reliable sources of funding. I'm trying to find complete inventory, trying to find which products I find best to sell on site. And I'm reviewing I do have a potential space I was reviewing the contract for, but with the lack of funding, I was not able to move forward on the space or with the contract itself, because I need to make sure I was getting a lawyer professionally reviewing it. And I'm also needing to make sure I monitor current public health issues currently with COVID and the pandemic still going, but there's also been some health issues with our local pets. If you all have heard about the Animal Control Center and so forth, they've been having their issue with their cats. So I've been trying to monitor that and see how things are going, and talk with the other shelters if I need to, just because I don't want to move forward with, fostering so many cats and being a health issue with them, because we make sure the cats are safe along with people. So with that, if you want to know more information, you can check out our working website currently, spicatpjs.com. So springfieldcatpjs.com. It's a fun little twist on the Springfield area. And you'll find more information in the tabs and how we're doing a small, ongoing fundraiser. But we're still trying to wait until we push a more consistent fundraiser, a more open one, especially once we know if we have a consistent source of funding and an actual space to get into. And with that, any questions?
Nice. I'll try not to wake the baby, but
don't worry about the baby. He's been sleeping through this whole thing.
Nice. They're good at that, except when they aren't. I right off the bat, I had 2 comments. Hey, I love your logo. I can understand if you wanted to spruce it up or something, but I love your logo.
Keep the logo.
And then on one of your slides, there was it looked like a speaker, like it was showing some inside the cat cafe. And I was wondering if that was like a purr speaker, like if you had like a cat scratching post or something with catnip all over it, but with a microphone in it. And so the cats would come up and purr and meow, but it would broadcast it into the front of the cafe to draw people in. That's all for now from me.
I was about to say, to be honest, that was a stock photo, so I wasn't too much sure about that photo. But yeah, I've been thinking of a lot of fun little tweaking ideas. Like there was a commercial with Microsoft or something that had little cat paw, milk popsicles for cats to grab onto and lick during the cafe. So I was going to steal that idea from them. Trust me, there's plenty of weird ideas you can throw into a cat cafe.
Great job, Tom. So good. I like the brand too. I like the simplicity of it. Even if it evolves, I still think you should, have it on the wall. You can see the evolution of it, have it on t-shirts so we can be a part of that retro original brand story. And I like the kind of handwritten, you've got your little tabs that were pink with the little arrows kind of on the, I don't know. I think it's really cute. The cat at the computer, that's just great job. Cassandra, are you You saying something?
I like the cat on the computer. That was cute. But when you say that you can feed animals the food, the cats the food, what's the fine line of doing that?
Oh yeah, we're like I'm not. It's from the cat cafes like in other areas. It all depends. There is a fine line. Like we don't. I'm going to try to do a lot of testing and see how much like food and people are going to be how much we're going to be doing inside. It'll be a lot of learning on there. A lot of this is theory and philosophy, but once we actually open up and have the space, we're going to be testing and see how the cats acclimate, how they react, and how people treat them. And so we make sure the cats are safe and the people are happy and having a good time, so everyone's safe and so forth.
Okay, cool. I loved it.
Like cat monitors, you know, you get a special badge and you get to like give people yellow cards when they misbehave, kick them out. I want to be a cat cafe bouncer. I think I'd be good at that.
Well, there's a position for that, the cafe monitor, but also I was thinking about when you say cafe monitor, I was thinking of like putting cameras on and having people like watch it through Twitch or something like that 24/7 view of like cats on in a cafe so you can see them playing around and stuff.
I like that too. The virtual cat, you know, voyeurism. I want to watch cats do goofy stuff. I love cat videos. Come on, you know, I take videos of my cats taking baths, like 3-minute videos every day. It's goofy.
Tom, if you did that like virtually, you could watch, could you charge people for that?
There's a way to, but I haven't. Again, it's all about the theory and philosophy. So I'll look into it once things start getting out more. But this is all in the background of kind of thoughts. But first, we gotta get people through the doors for sure.
Yeah, I like the idea of like a cat membership, especially for those people who live downtown who might frequent the space more often, like your yoga pass, you get like a 10 pass kind of thing, and then you can have access to like virtual cat experience maybe, or I don't know, exclusivity. We're about it, Tom. Great job. Congratulations again. I'm going to clap softly for the baby. Okay, let's see here. Where am I in the world? Here I am. Here we are. Okay. Next on the roster is Anna, and I apologize, I can't pronounce your last name, Anna, is the founder of Pottery. And I liked learning this about Anna, is she does things that terrify her to challenge herself. And I was like, wow, that's really cool to just challenge yourself to do scary things. So let's hear all about Pottery and your new challenge of starting a business, Anna.
Are we there? Are we good?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Anna Mishka. So first, I just want to thank all of you. This has been such an honor. It's been great meeting you, getting to know all of you and learning about your concepts. It's been a wonderful experience. And I can't wait to move forward and continue just hearing about all the great things that all of you do. I'm so excited. A little bit about me. I'm originally from Chicago. My art degree is from McMurray College in Jacksonville, Illinois. I've lived in Springfield for about 2 years now, but I've been working in the Springfield area for 5 years. So let's just get into it. Everywhere I go these days, I feel like I hear the same things from so many people. We're disconnected. I don't feel like I have enough quality time with the ones I love. I'm bored doing the same thing every weekend. Or the new ones I've heard are about our community. It's time to support local. COVID has changed us. It's brought us together. After seeing so many small businesses struggle and close, I feel like communities everywhere have learned what our real problems are and what's really important. Our list of problems in life go on, but I'm only one woman and I'll stick to what I know, and that's pottery. Who is pottery for? Pottery is for everybody. Clarhet Pottery has something to offer every type of customer. Mothers looking for a new and fun theme for a birthday party, the ladies' night out gang that is tired of going to the same bars and wants to do a fun pottery night instead, a family looking to do something fun together that involves arts and crafts, the gift giver looking for something unique, the coffee lover searching for the perfect mug to fit his coffee needs. Is this too big? Does it need to go down a little bit? No?
Looks great to me.
It looks good? Okay.
Yeah.
Hobbyists, crafters, local art lovers, and supporters. The list is literally endless. And that's Ben. He's my biggest supporter. So right now we have Etsy, online retailers. We can go to movies, bars. There's Chinatown where you can paint pottery. There's the Art Association, Lincoln Land. They can do classes there. And those are great places too. I used to work at the Art Association. I love them, nothing wrong. I'm offering something different. I come to you with my pottery nights, I clean up and I go. So currently you can find my pottery and me on Facebook. I do craft fairs throughout the year and I also accept custom orders. My big push right now is an online website to make booking pottery parties much easier. Also, getting all of my information and everything that I offer totally available. So a great way to describe a pottery party is with an example. Not too long ago, I did a birthday party. This woman has 3 teenage children and a 1-year-old. Her parents were in town and her husband was home. Her husband, not into art. Her dad really didn't want to go out. So the pottery party was perfect. It was $45 per person. It was 2 hours. I came to her home. Baby was happy. Husband was happy. Dad was happy. The mom, she wanted to sit and visit, but she didn't want to join the class. She got to still visit and hang out, but didn't have to pay. Mom, 3 teenage kids, had a great time. I came, did the class, couple hours. They got to have lunch and enjoy themselves. And then I cleaned everything up and left. She chose an option of building the pumpkins. Everyone got to make 2 pumpkins. And then she chose glazes. Super simple, orange and green. I bisque fired them, glazed them for her. In a week and a half, I called her and her pieces were ready for pickup. I have a website coming soon that's going to make all of these options completely easy to use. There's going to be my retail store. You will be able to purchase my pottery online. You can pick it up or I can ship it right to you. And then there'll be a calendar. You can pick your day, pick your time, and you can schedule your pottery party right there online. Then if you have any other questions, you'll be able to talk to me directly, email me right through the website. The benefits of what I offer. Circling back to COVID, it's just changed our community and what we value. We place so much more on local businesses and just our family and time with them and what's important. And we have so much fun. It's just such a great atmosphere. You get to learn something and just support something local, and you get a piece of art. You get to do something that maybe you haven't gotten to do before, and you get to do it at home or in a more comfortable environment. And then why me? Well, I'm kind of already doing it. So I already do the pottery parties. I already do the vendor fairs. I already have the custom orders. So whether you find me out at the Midwest Bazaars or whether I'm finishing up an order for 150 succulent pots for a wedding reception, I'm out there. My passion is for pottery, people, and teaching. I am an unstoppable force. I love it so much. Even a pandemic couldn't stop me. I've been teaching pottery for 5 years and I've been doing it for 11. And it is something that I will probably never stop doing. COVID is actually what gave me the push to even start my business. I was sitting on my couch because of COVID, unemployed, hanging out with my 2 baby boys, finishing up that last episode of Tiger King. And I was like, you know what? I have all the knowledge and all the experience and a pottery wheel in my basement. So let's start a business. I have a Norwegian background. So klarhet is a Norwegian term for clarity or awareness. My brand symbol is rose maling, which is a very traditional Norwegian folk art. So that's kind of where my brand stamp came from. My great grandmother used to always tell stories about coming to America, not knowing any English, and just going out there and getting a job and working. And I just love that I was raised with this passion and hope, and being faced with something, a struggle, and you do it, and you find the positivity in everything. And I'm so glad that I was faced with something like a pandemic, and I found the good in it, and I was able to build a business out of it. So distribution, hopefully you can find me everywhere. So whether it's a pottery night party in your home, or another location like a winery where we can collaborate and we can do a glazed pottery there, or a retail store, there's a great little art gallery and cafe opening up on the Old State Capitol Plaza that you will find me at. Craft vendors and fairs, I've got some upcoming ones that will always be posted on my social media page. My website will be up and going soon. There will also be all of my updates on that as well. But right now, social media is mostly where you can find me, at Claret Pottery on Facebook and Instagram. So revenue, my pottery nights are service-based. So that is where I get most of my profits. A mid-range one would be $45 per person, 6 people per night at $5 a month. I would gross profit $1,275. Vendor fairs averaging 1 a month, because they are seasonal. There are some months where I won't do any, and there will be more months during it, like the holidays, where I will do multiple a month. $1,500 in sales would get me anywhere from $960 to $1,100 gross profit. So looking at all my other income coming from retail, online, and custom orders, an average price for a piece is $32.25. My variable cost after would be $19.72, giving me a gross profit of $12.53. My fixed costs, after you subtract my profits from pottery nights and vendor fairs, you're looking at $14.75. So my break even would be 118 pieces of pottery per month to sell. So that is pretty high. It isn't unheard of, but I'm kind of looking at maybe having to raise prices, or maybe doing a couple more pottery nights or a vendor fair or 2 more a year. So that is something that I will have to work on. Costs. So thankfully, my studio is in my home, so I have lower overhead, but pottery studios are not cheap to run. My Shopify website, it does have a monthly fee. Kiln maintenance is pretty regular. They get hot, they're electric, they are enormous toasters, so they do require maintenance. Clay and glaze is about $3,000 a year. That is a cost that will never, ever go away, and it will probably increase every single year. Utilities like water, heat, electricity, and then of course my vendor fees. So I'm looking to grow. I'm looking to share my love and my passion with absolutely everybody that I can, and I'm excited. And then Studio Cat likes to break pottery. He's a pretty expensive cost as well. But thank you so much.
Hey, Anna, great job.
I liked hearing like the details about your in-home parties. Like, I feel like you talked about them, but maybe I didn't know like everything. And I love that picture, like that you can make your own pumpkins. That was so cool.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, there's a ton of details, and it's like so much. So yeah, I think a website where you can just do it all yourself and just will really, really just help.
Do you have a after picture of the pumpkins? Because that was neat.
They're all, yeah, I can text it to you.
Okay,
they're on my Facebook.
Oh, okay, I'll look.
You know what? And it's funny because I did the presentation. I'm like, oh, maybe a finished one. But yeah.
I'll go and check it out.
It looks great. I really love the brand story and the history of your family and the origin. That was really beautiful. Great job.
Thank you.
Also, really got to give you props for running all the numbers with us. you know, especially since you said that was something that you're not really that into doing. So you just did an amazing job pulling that together for us.
Yeah, would have rather pulled my toenails out, but I did it for you guys.
We know.
That's not true. I did it for Eric Berg because I watched his and I'm like, well, now I have to because he's my old college professor. I'm like, I gotta do it for Eric Berg.
Oh, that's amazing. That's so good.
Yeah.
Also, though, you did it for yourself, Anna, because now you know how many pieces of pottery you have to sell. And now you know that maybe you want to explore more classes or more fairs or raising prices on those most sold items, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. Yep.
No.
Thanks,
so
guys.
great job. Appreciate that. Any other questions or comments for Anna?
I just appreciated the story too with the pumpkins, like, and how, like, I thought that was lovely.
Thank you.
And I hope you get like good testimonials like that on your website. Like, I think that's like a huge seller.
Thank you so much.
Awesome job.
I want to say something real quick, but I want to show something. So this is my piece of Clear Hat Pottery. It has a little base to it, but I didn't want to risk dropping it. And it says, "Please don't kill me" on it. So she's sassy, and it's one of the best. I have a lot of plants in my house. This is one of the best made ones that I have, and I have a lot of ceramic stuff, but I have to replant her because she's overgrown. So
every one of my plants needs a personal message pod. Those poor things.
Good. Great job. And thank you for sharing, Christina, which makes this just a really easy transition because next on the roster is Christina Barbie. She is the founder of Ad Astra Wine Bar and Market. She's committed to making downtown Springfield the desirable place that she wants to live in, and we're excited about it. So I'm going to just pass the mic to Christina so we can learn all about Ad Astra.
Thank you. So I'm going to stop sharing my video because my internet acts up sometimes late at night and I don't want to like screw it up. So I'm still here. I'm just disappeared. So let's get started. Made for the witty, rebellious, and open-hearted, Ad Astra Wine Bar and Market is the most thoughtful and inclusive wine experience available in Central Illinois. Our bar and market will include everything you need to craft your own custom wine experience at our table or at yours. And at Ad Astra, you will be able to discover exceptional wine in a place that you truly do belong. The name Ad Astra is more than just something that's fun that I found on Google, which I 100% did find the name on Google, but it means way more than just sounding great. It is a familiarity that we all share. Ad astra per aspera is a Latin phrase that translates roughly to the stars through difficulties. Ad astra to me, when you summarize it, means to obtain the unattainable, fulfill desires amid adversity, difficulties, and challenges. At my Ad Astra, I hope it is your resting place when adversity becomes too heavy, when the difficulties cause you to need to take a pause and rest. And I also hope it becomes your place of celebration when you find moments of celebration and joy as you destine yourself to the stars. While Ad Astra is made for everybody, I, of course, do have a target market, and I want to focus mostly on the values instead of the physical demographics of my target market, because the values are really what's going to draw people to Ad Astra, and the values were the first things I built with our company. The people that primarily will target Ad Astra value quality over quantity. They would rather spend a few extra dollars on a quality product than be able to get double the amount of product that isn't as great. They have moved past their barefoot wine party phase that every single one of us did go through, especially when we were underage and had $10 to give to somebody that was overage to run to the gas station to get us booze. They value integrity and social justice, and they value spending their dollars at quality businesses that align best with their beliefs. They don't just want to give their dollars that they worked really hard on to anybody, especially if that person aligns directly with things they are against or provides donations to organizations that are harmful and hateful towards their own communities. Something else I wanted to share is that 9 out of 10 Gen Z shoppers, so Gen Z is the younger generation, felt that they have a responsibility to environmental and social issues when choosing companies to spend their money at. So it's not that they as well as millennials who are my my generation. It's not just that we desire to spend our money at organizations that align with our values. It's that we feel it's our duty and our responsibility to, which was really, really important to me to understand whenever I was building the company. Something else that I researched and found out is what's the problem with millennials and wine and Gen Zers and wine. Millennials are the third lowest living generation to consume wine. They don't drink a lot of wine, and most people that drink wine are in their late 50s that take up most of the market shares. And when I did a lot of community surveys and community work, I found that the problem is that for folks our age and younger, wine is mentally and emotionally unattainable and unwelcoming, but it is deeply desired. So I found out from people that they want to drink wine, they want to become a wine lover, but they step into the spaces and they don't feel like the spaces are made for them, or because they don't understand wine and they don't know what the word vintner means, or they don't know what a tannin is, and all these words, they feel looked down upon, and then they don't want to come back. And then so they resort to the cheap gross wine or some other industry. And so whenever I was building the business, before I even started choosing the wines for the menu, I decided the solution and benefit I would be able to provide to my market is a brand that focuses on breaking barriers in the industry and creating a sense of inclusion and belonging alongside a quality product, which will provide the benefit of a high quality product that fulfills consumers' emotional needs of belonging, acceptance, and inclusion, which is not well found out in our community and what is readily available right now, as well as what is available in the wine industry as a whole. The mission of Ad Astra is to be the most thoughtful and inclusive wine experience available in Central Illinois. And the vision that I have for not just the company and all the companies that will spawn off of Ad Astra, but as our community, is of a future where differences are honored at tables built big enough to welcome everyone, and a future of high quality and sustainable lifestyles worth celebrating every single day. And so whenever I was coming up with the company values, I wanted to do more than just say we're a bar that values really great wine and really good customer service. I wanted to build something that whenever we become more than just a wine bar can carry with us forever. And whenever I look for people to partner with our community, to become employees and work with me, I wanted to be able to share these values and show what is important to me as a person and as the business as an extension of me. So quality of product and service every day and every visit is one of the highest things that any business would value. Equity in our communities, our legislation, and of our treatment of others. Community centered on safety for those who have been made to feel unsafe, justice for those who have felt injustice, and care for those who need it most. Inclusion of diverse brands of all who walk through our doors and of the wide spectrum of identities and self-expressions that make each of us unique. And sustainability for our staff, our business, and our environment through a business model and partnerships built on care for each other and care for our planet. And these values are centered throughout every single partnership I have built with the business. I personally researched every single product that will be on our shelves. I think we're at like 46 or 47 wines. I researched every single winery to make sure they aligned with our values. I wanted to make sure I wasn't selling a wine that goes to somebody who is racist or sexist or homophobic or just hateful and doesn't care and doesn't treat their employees well. Our products and offerings are going to focus on high value products made by diverse and talented makers that represent these values. I keep telling every single time I've had a meeting with a local community partner, I say, I value high products over everything, but I want to give space on my shelves for those who have not been given space in their own markets, focusing on women, Black, POC, LGBTQIA+, and disabled owned brands first, above all others, to give them the space that they deserve to show that they can be successful and to be representative of their communities as well as their businesses. Something that was really shocking to me whenever I was researching the wine industry is that 0.1% of wine made in the United States is made by a Black winemaker, and less than 10% of the wine made in California, which is the wine capital of the country, is made by a woman. And so when I heard that, I centered our entire offering on those values and doing what I can and using my privilege and my position to help communities. I am proud to say that of every single wine and every single other product we have on our shelves, I don't have the exact numbers, but the majority are owned by a woman, or by somebody from the Black or POC community. And we also have some disabled brands as well to represent all different types of bodies and people. And so far we have 26 confirmed local partnerships. And I think all but like 2 or 3 are women-owned businesses. I don't remember exactly. So I was really wanted to focus on that and build that. And I always tell people, I'm not opposed to working with men or working with other white people. I'm not opposed. I'm not going to kick you to the curb. But I wanted to really just focus on something that's so important to me. And again, use my privilege for better and to help others. And so the high-level business model, every time somebody asks me to explain Ad Astra to them, I feel like David Rose from Schitt's Creek when he's trying to pitch Rose Apothecary, and he's like, it's like a shop, but you can also like get a coffee or a drink, but it's not like a bar. It's like an immersive experience, and he's very confused, but he knows what it is. And that's kind of what Ad Astra is. It's a lot, but it's very honed in. So it's a wine bar and a market. We will have a diverse but not overwhelming wine menu that meets multiple price ranges and palates, because diversity is not just in flavor, but of who made the wine and who can afford the wine. Different snacks, build your own charcuterie board options, 100%. I'm never letting that go. And I've told too many people about it. Everybody wants to build their own cheese plates. Locally made pastries and snacks, including alcohol and wine infused donuts and cakes, as well as brunch pastries on the weekends. A market of wine and locally made artisan products, including ceramics, glassware, and gift basket items. And a very unique membership option that allows for an elevated sense of service and benefits for everybody. That is a membership club not like any wine club out on the market right now. And so before we go, I wanted to also share something that is really important, that this is a toast. This is our official company toast that I was inspired by when I was drinking with somebody, and this is the play off of a traditional Irish toast. And this is what I hope everybody uses when they want to toast and celebrate something while they're drinking by themselves or at Ad Astra. May you never lose, fight, steal, or leave. But if you must lose, lose yourself in the moment. If you must fight, fight for what is right. If you must steal, steal time with loved ones. And if you must leave, leave to the stars. So thank you, everybody. And wine not connect with us. And I can also officially say today that we will be located at 308 East Adams Street, downtown. Opening date TBA, hoping first quarter, hoping to try to figure something out for the holidays, but we will be officially downtown, and I'm so excited. And if you just follow on social media, we're going to have lots of announcements coming up with the remodel and whenever we are ready to open.
Yay! Woo! Fantastic presentation, and what great timing on the official opening day too. You're pumped. So are we.
Any questions, comments, feedback for Christina? Great job, Christina.
Thank you.
When will your membership information be available?
It's available right now. You can go look at it right now, but it's not available to purchase because I have to call the, like, it's not Square, but I have to call the website that is going to do the point of sale and like pay them to set it up. And I just don't want to yet. But those will be available to purchase like over the holidays before we open. So you can purchase them as gifts. The way we're doing it, without getting into too much detail, is instead of you paying a monthly fee and then of like $40 a month and us saying, well, you can get 2 bottles of wine, but if you buy this more expensive wine, we're going to upcharge you, or you can't buy this wine with your membership. You pay an annual fee, and that entire fee is an account credit for you to use however you want. And you get a 15% discount and a welcome gift basket with membership only products as well as a bottle of wine. And so like if you buy the $250 membership, you get $250 credit to use whenever you want. So you don't have to worry about budgeting every time you want to go out. You don't have to worry about saying, I can't splurge on that more expensive one. And it'll work on any of the market products, event tickets, food, and wine. So anything you can buy inside.
That sounds amazing. Thank you. Oh my gosh.
And if you buy one of our, we have 4 different levels. If you buy one of the higher levels, we have, this is a little peek into what the renovation's looking like. We are having a giant wall of stars, the entire night sky cut out on metal and displayed in the front. If you purchase, or a business purchases a membership before we open, you get a constellation named after you. Yeah, so buy one before we open because I am not paying to have somebody keep coming in and cutting metal out.
Nice.
And how do we do that on your website?
Yep. And I will announce whenever they're officially open. I just keep forgetting to call the people to set the website up to pay for it, so you can purchase. Yeah.
Well, I was just thinking about like your wine menu, and is there gonna be like a periodic table where you're just like, I want a Cabernet grown in California that's owned by women.
So I have all the wines sorted by type, and then I also have, if I know the year, I have the year, and I also have the winery details on it. I'm working on a digital version where you can click on the wine and it'll teach you about like the winery, like a more high-tech experience. But we also will have notes on there, like little like icons that if it's a woman made, Black made, POC made, or Illinois made wine. So you can be like, I only want to have Illinois wine today. So you can very easily go through and just look for the little like Illinois icon or whatever, or like, I don't know, like a heart if it's woman made or something. I haven't decided on that yet. So you can easily see what you're supporting and using.
Cassandra, what do you got? I see.
I'm girl, I don't even have words. I'm excited. I'm ready to cancel my membership at Cooper's House for real.
I'm stealing employees and members of Cooper's Hawk, apparently.
Hell yeah. I am so proud of you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. And when you said that you're using your privilege, that touched my soul. That touched my soul.
So proud of all of you. You did it. Great job, everybody. Congratulations. This is just the beginning of your concepts. You've joined all the Co-Starters graduates all over the world, and you're the real deal. You're the reason why we show up and why we do what we do. And we're just so excited for you. And this has just been a real treat. Can't wait for, I can wait for the next cohort because I just want to live in this moment for just a little while longer because you guys have been such a real treat, and we're all following you. We're here for you. Please don't be strangers. You are members of Innovate Springfield, honorary, and we'll be in touch. So just, keep us in mind.
Yeah, and just before we all go, I just want to just remind you all that you're all 1,000 miles down the road from when you started. you know, like you all have this ability to like represent yourself like knowledgeably and with pride and, you know, creativity and pizzazz. You know, like I just, I hope you're all like feeling just like you identify even more with your brand than you did before. So I think you do.
I hope you all celebrate this moment.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you all come back to Innovate Springfield and be my friend forever. And we can all have wine at Ad Astra and, you know, and do the thing. Like and then we can go hang out at the cat's pajamas, you know, and play with cats. And we can stop the amazing, you know, stuff.
Well, there was like a Co.STARTERS happy hour that we had going at one point. Like we should just move that to Ad Astra and get it going again.
Or the cat's pajamas.
Yeah, the cat's pajamas.
Like a brunch time too, because sometimes, you know, we need that. We can make it a progressive happy hour. We can change the location whenever we feel like. And I like
that. We do what we want.
Yeah, we do. We do. You guys are the real deal though. Like, and we're so proud of you. So proud. It was just, this is a real treat. And, you know, I Spy Holiday Shop and send the press releases and do the things. And if you need the help, then we're here for you and lean on us, because there's nothing that we, you know, this is everything to us. Thank you.
Like, can we schedule like a get together like at some point? I feel like that.
Yeah, we will.
Where we see each other in person.
Yeah. So, and I don't know how comfortable everyone is with that, but to Trisha's point, we did have kind of an annual Co.STARTERS happy hour where we would bring all the graduates together, invite everyone for just a happy hour. We only did it actually one time at the OBEDs and then the COVID. So, we'll reinstate that and we'll follow up and connect. I want to connect all the Co.STARTERS. I want you all to know each other and to collaborate with each other, because that's the vibrancy of this community. You guys.
That's the whole point.
Yeah. Co.STARTERS for life and swag, you know. Yeah. So just stay tuned. We're going to have, you know, we'll be following up with you for sure. For sure. And thank you for your commitment to this process and for your wonderful presentations tonight and for just everything that you are doing for our community. You guys are making our community the place that we want to stay and live in forever. And you're attracting other people here. And, you know, then people seeing you do this inspires them to do it too. So great job. We're calling it a straight up home run. We knocked it right out of the park, everybody. Congratulations on a wonderful celebration night.
Nailed it, all of you.
Yeah, you did. Great job. Best friends forever.
Don't be strangers.
Okay. Hey, goodbye.
Live long and prosper.
Bye. Bye. See ya. Bye.